Back here live from Turner Stadium, J.W. Smith alongside Brent Hallmark. Oak Ridge currently has 21 points. Summer Creek has 21. 28. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. Here comes the handoff to Wanza. Wanza taking to the near side. He's at the 30, and he's brought down at the 27-yard line, out of bounds. Actually, they're going to say he was still in bounds when he was down, but still at the 27-yard line, so it's going to be second down and about 4 yards to go here.
And Zachary Johnson pretty much just matched him step for step as they went over toward the left, and he was able to tackle him before getting the first down.
2nd and 4 here. 11:26 clock continuing to run. You can expect Summer Creek to start eating clock here, trying to conserve the lead as that ball is a slow snap tossed towards the near side, and it's caught by his wide receiver, waiting to see the number, and that's going to be number 88, Theodore Baker, making the catch, and it's going to be first down, and they're inside the 20-yard line now. So Bulldogs starting to threaten here.
Yeah, Darryl Morgan was right there on the coverage, but there was pretty much nothing he could do to prevent that. That ball just was shot right in there. 2
wide receivers far side, 1 to the near. Theodore Baker on the near side by himself. In the gun is Zach Walker this time. Here comes the snap. He's got Wanza next to him, fakes the handoff. Now he's going to hand it off to Wanza, actually, and Wanza tries to find a hole and falls forward and down to the 10-yard line, so it's going to be second down and 7 here.
Well, he ran into a bunch of Oak Ridge players and pretty much led by Grant Stewart for the tackle.
So 2nd and 7 is what you've got here. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. You got Walker and it looks like Miles Wanza standing in the backfield. Clock 10:17 to go, still running, waiting for the snap. Here comes from blitz, and it's going to be tossed towards the far side, looking for Theodore Baker. Incomplete pass, as that was just overthrown. Correction, that was Chris Augustine out there. Trying to catch him on the fade route, but unable to connect as the defender was right on top of it.
Yeah, but it's just a little bit overthrown. He would have had to be about a foot taller in order to even have a chance of catching it.
So 10 minutes and 11 seconds to go. 3rd down and 7. And if you don't get the first down here, you still have the opportunity to kick the field goal and make it a 2-possession game. But I mean, that's still, the way that the second half is going, the momentum really has stayed in Oak Ridge's hands.
And you could consider it a moral victory if you could hold them to a field goal from the 10-yard line.
So you got some score updates for us as that timeout's coming in from Oak Ridge?
Yeah, and I would say, again, the premier game tonight, Manville versus Pearland, with 5:44. At 5:44 left in the 3rd quarter. We've got a 24-10 ball game, Manville.
That is a huge one over there.
That one really is. Again, that is a big-time rivalry game. Another one that has playoff implications in 19-6A, Morton Ranch and Seven Lakes tied up 24 going into the 4th quarter. We also have games around the area. Klein Oak and Spring. Right now, Spring has a 34-17 advantage over Klein Oak with 10:38 in the 3rd quarter. 2 more Klein teams. Klein Collins 49. Klein Forest 14.
That's
just almost at the end of the game.
Well, they're going to have to be they're going to be playing a big game next week against Atascocita in the playoff round. So 3 wide receivers near side. Here comes the snap. Walker looking for somebody in the end zone, tossing the fade route, and it is caught for a touchdown on the far side of the field. Touchdown, Summer Creek, and that's Theodore Baker standing there on the far side.
And that was an incredible catch because Lamar Handy for Oak Ridge was right on top of him and did everything he could, with the exception of doing an interference call.
Very good catch there by Baker, making a leaping grab, falling to the ground. It was hard to see if he had been able to hold on to it, but once the referee signaled, it was good. As that kick is up and through the uprights. Your score here from Turner, 35-21. Bulldogs leading the War Eagles. 10:05 to go here in the 4th quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. You're listening to TexanLive.com.
Cerna is a local family-owned business located right on Will Clayton and a one-stop shop for your home, auto, liability, and business insurance needs. Please stop in or give us a call at 281-812-9775. We're also proud to support all of the Humble ISD athletes.
35-21 the score here at Turner Stadium. 10:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. I'm just going to run through this real quick since we were talking about those games, that the score updates. Well, we got some games tomorrow. I mean, you got 11 o'clock. Katy is facing an undefeated Cinco Ranch team. Both teams undefeated. It's a huge game. We got Barbers Hill on Texan Live taking on Kingwood Park. And the nightcap as Tompkins faces Katy Taylor. Texan Live, your home for Houston High School sports. So those that Cinco Ranch Katy game. Huge matchup.
You cannot just appreciate the intensity. We're seeing a lot of that same intensity tonight with the Pearland Manville game on that. Cinco Ranch has not beaten Katy since 2008, and they want to do it tomorrow.
And I think this is their best opportunity. That one goes deep down the field, and it's going to be fielded in the end zone. Oh, no, he's going to pick it up, try to run it out, and he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen here. He breaks 3. Now he's down to the 10-yard line, to the 20. Wow, he wasn't sure if it was going to be a safety, so he had to try to run it. And he got down to the 20-yard line.
And I think we may see
and there's a flag,
yeah,
too.
There's a flag on the play. He was already out of bounds when he was tackled, and the referee was right there.
I was very confused. I thought he was going to kneel it. He looked like he was thinking about kneeling it down. Then I think he realized I might have touched the ball.
Well, that was what I was thinking. I didn't see them touch the ball, but from our angle, he very easily could have. And when he went back there to get the ball, and then when he came to try to take it out, the first thing I thought of is, okay, he knew he touched the ball and he didn't want to take any chances. It looked like he was going to be tackled for a safety, but he was able to spin away from the defenders that were coming out there. It was just one of those remarkable plays that we've seen all night.
So 1st and 10 ball on the 35-yard line. Trailing 14 points is Oak Ridge. They've got the ball. In the pistol is Letney. Waiting for the snap. He's got his running back behind him. And it's going to be a handoff off tackle following his blockers, trying to find some room to run. He gets brought down for a gain of 6, and that is going to give you enough every single time. If you can get that kind of gain, you can just march it down the field and score, but you don't have enough time to really waste too much clock. You got to go in the hurry up here.
Absolutely. There's not a coach that won't take 6 yards of carry any day of the week, but when time is a factor.
And that one's going to be a handoff again, going to the same side, finding a hole, getting down to the inside Summer Creek territory to the 46-yard line. 1st down, and that's going to be Jimmy Moore bearing the brunt of the load here.
And he was taken down by Tavell Stokes for Summer Creek as we see Oak Ridge going in a hurry-up offense.
Green Warren is standing in the position. He's been the lead blocker. He's really getting being the unsung hero, as that one's going to go back towards up the middle, and Moore's going to take it again for a gain of 4.5, maybe 5 yards. So it's 2nd down, clock continuing to run. 9:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. Summer Creek trying to hold on and take a victory here at the final game of the season. Neither team going to the playoffs, so this is it for both of them. Handoff there, going back to Moore. Moore finding another hole, getting another 10 yards on that carry. Just trying to go down the field and score. Moore getting a 1st down.
Well, you can see the momentum of this game is definitely being dictated by that Oak Ridge offense right now, as they are in constant hurry-up offense.
Josh Williams checking into the game, waiting in the pistol, standing. Here he comes, snaps the ball, running up the middle, gaining 3 yards. So that is actually, I believe that's their, in the last 3 drives, that was their least effective play. Only 3 yards on the ground.
It still took Steven Sefrin and Nigel Davidson to work together to bring him down.
Handing the ball off, looking for room to run. He's got a lot of room, down to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, War Eagles. And that was, I believe that's Jimmy Moore. I can't tell for sure. But either way, another very impressive run. Correction, that was Josh Williams on that run. So they've been running off tackle the entire second half on the ground, and it's been completely effective. And now, if the Oak Ridge can just stop Summer Creek with 8:15 to go, we could have a very interesting situation on our hands here. as that kick is up and through the uprights. Your score here at Turner, 8:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. 28-35, Bulldogs still leading the War Eagles, but it is getting closer by the minute. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. You're listening to TexanLive.com. Don't go anywhere, folks.
I'm Danny Sullivan, owner of Sullivan's Advanced Paint and Body, your home of top quality craftsmanship with hands-on care. We proudly offer a national lifetime guarantee. Stop on by and say hi. You're going to be glad you did. At Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, we're really going the extra mile to make you smile. Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, 22500 Loop 494 in Kingwood.
35-28 the score. Bulldogs still leading, but Oak Ridge just marched down the field again and scored. And Summer Creek is about to get the ball back unless there's another onside kick, Brent.
Well, Oak Ridge has actually been kicking it a little bit deep or doing a pooch kick rather than the onside kicks in some of the circumstances tonight, but I wouldn't want to bet on what kind of kick is going to happen. I personally think it'll be deep, but I've been proven wrong.
We're about to find out here as it is on the ground, another onside kick, but it's a deeper onside kick as it's rolling towards the 30-yard line, and it's going to be fielded, at the 35. But Summer Creek and Oak Ridge, both teams were right on top of that ball, and it could have gone either way.
Well, what happened was it looked like that it did touch a Summer Creek defender or receiver in this case up until they got the ball. And it literally bounced through them, and it bounced in between that dead man area between their top receivers and their back receivers, and they needed to get down there and get it before the Oak Ridge players could get down there. They did, and they've got the ball, first down.
So Zach Walker coming out, he's in the gun. 8:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. 35-28 the score. War Eagles trailing, but needing a stop here as that ball will be a handoff. No, Walker will keep it himself. Spin moves a man, breaks a tackle down to the 35-yard line, and he's brought down, he's brought down right at the sticks at the 33. And it's going to be second down. Actually, well, they're going to say it is a first down and 10 as he just got to the sticks.
And JW, as you were saying earlier, this is where Oak Ridge, if they want any chance to tie this ball game, they're going to have to address Zach Walker. And he is dangerous when he's with his arm. He's dangerous with his legs. They're going to have to keep their eye on the ball, see what he does, not what his defenders and receivers do.
Well,
keep an eye on the ball.
The problem right now is they have no answer for Walker. The offensive line for Summer Creek has really been able to dictate what they want to do. So Walker in the gun again, waiting for the snap, drops back to pass. He's under immediate pressure. He's going to try to avoid the sack. He's going to get dropped back in the backfield, but he gets the ball off to Zarin Holcomb, who takes it at the 24-yard line and tries to get it upfield to the 23, but it's still a big loss as he was falling way back and getting wrapped up at the 10-yard line, where the line of scrimmage was at the 33.
Well, right then and there, I personally thought when he was throwing the ball that we'd probably see maybe an intentional grounding penalty, but instead we don't. But yet you yourself had just said it. They are now way back from the original line of scrimmage. That pressure, this is exactly what Oak Ridge needs to do. Keep pressure, disrupt Zach, and put him off his game.
Handoff to Wanza here, or no, correction, it's going to be a handoff to Jones. Jones finding a hole, trying to find the edge on the outside, and he gets pushed out of bounds right around the 30-yard line, getting right close to the 30-yard line, but it's going to be third down and about 13 after the big gain there. But that's not going to be good enough anywhere near to a first down.
No, and it was the sophomore Trent Gordon was right there. I don't think we've gone more than 5 or 6 plays with Oak Ridge being on defense without hearing his name tonight.
He's been all over the field tonight, Brent. So here's a big play. Third down, 15 yards to go. Ball on the 29-yard line, 6 minutes to go in the game. Down by 7 is Oak Ridge. Needing a stop here. Rolling out, trying to find somewhere to throw the ball. Tossing deep towards Augustine, and it's caught at the 50-yard line, and he falls to the 44. I cannot believe he caught that. I thought it was batted away.
That was impressive. Augustine just was totally focused, caught that ball because he was being very closely covered by Grant Stewart.
Chris Augustine making an amazing catch on the near side at the 50-yard line, getting the first down on 3rd and 15, keeping this drive alive, and that's twice that a drive has been saved by a very impressive play, once by Walker on 4th and 1, and then just now by Chris Augustine in the second half alone. So Walker standing in the gun. He's got Jones in the backfield behind him. He's going to hand the ball off to Jones. Jones finds a hole, tossing towards the right side, jumping around, and finds a hole again. And he gains 11 yards, and that's going to be good enough for a first down to the 34-yard line.
Well, Zachary Johnson and Jacob Cullenschmidt was right there for the tackle.
Both of these teams.
It's just going back with what you said. Oak Ridge, if they want any chance to tie this game up and even go ahead, they're going to have to get an answer for Zach Walker.
And it's just both these teams are fighting their hearts out. This is like watching a heavyweight fight, just punch for punch, just going back and forth. It's been an awesome game, as that ball is going to be picked up, and it was a low snap, but Walker decided to keep it on the fake handoff. And it's going to be 3rd down and 9, so another big 3rd down coming up.
Well,
second down.
Well, what's made this game really special is because, just as you said earlier when we first came on the air, was that we were looking at two teams with virtually identical talent in quarterbacks, 3rd and 4th in the district. It depends on what they're surrounded with, what has made the difference. Summer Creek in the first half, it's been Oak Ridge in the second.
Well, it's a very exciting game, even though neither one of these teams are going to go to the playoffs. Both these teams are playing like this is a championship game, as that ball is going to be handed off to Augustine on the jet sweep to the near side, but he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of a couple of yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 11, ball on the 35-yard line. So let's see what Coach Ford comes up with here. Another big opportunity for Oak Ridge to make a stop with 4:01 to go, clock continuing to run.
Well, Trent Gordon, again, was right there on the coverage, and he was pretty much assisted by Brennan Young. And this is what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to at least try some other blocking schemes, especially to keep Zach Walker off his game.
Trips to the far side. Walker looking right, trying to toss it over the middle. It's a screen play, and it's going to be caught by, looks like it's going to be caught by Jones, who's wrapped up in the backfield, but he breaks the tackle and gets down to the 29-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. And, well, let's see if they gave it to him. I'm not sure. They're not moving the sticks yet.
Well, Daryl Morey was right there to force him out of bounds, but
they're going to measure this.
I guess they're going to.
And if you're Oak Ridge, you are thinking to yourself right now, what do we have to do? Because you've had 2 3rd and long opportunities. And both times you had an opportunity to get a sack in the backfield or a loss of yards and were unable to wrap up a player. And Oak Ridge is definitely just trying to figure out how to keep Summer Creek out of the end zone with 3.5 minutes to go in the game.
Well, what Summer Creek has been able to do, especially here in the 4th quarter, is to create the holes necessary for whoever has the ball to run through it. What Oak Ridge should do is try to collapse that hole as much as possible by bringing their secondary up once it's established that it's going to be a run. Bring them up as quick as possible, focusing on the area of the play so that they can either, at best, limit the amount of yardage that they're going to get, or even bring so many guys in that they could actually force a turnover.
So that was marked a first down, and they just barely got it. And you're right, it comes down to all those things, and I honestly think that you've really got to, there's just so many factors right now, but the key right now is just literally to not let this situation right now where they have 3rd and long twice, that you don't let that snowball to a point where you can't stop them here, because you still have them at the 30-yard line. You get another chance. There's 3.5 minutes to go. You've been able to go score at will in the second half for Oak Ridge. As that ball's going to be handed off to Wanza. Wanza's got a lot of room to run on the far side, down to the 15, and he's at the 10 and forced out of bounds at the 9-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal.
No, Trent Gordon was the one that was able to force him out of bounds. But there again is, you saw the secondary pretty much of Oak Ridge pretty much staying in their field of play, even though it was already established that it was a run. If the Oak Ridge secondary would have swept over there to that right side, they may have been able to limit that to just a few yards as opposed to the big gain that they just got and the first down goal to goal.
So 1st and goal, Walker standing in the gun. He's got his running backs off to his right side, and it's going to be, looks like Wanza in the far side. Right behind him is that will go to Wanza, following his blocker, falling towards the end zone, and he's down at the 3. He's technically still up, but they're finally whistling it dead. He kind of just got stood up there. So 2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line.
And it was that group tackling that Oak Ridge just did that saved a touchdown. But more impressive was watching the discipline. Let the blocker go in front of you, you follow behind.
So Walker in the gun, looking towards the sidelines for the call from the coaching staff. 2nd and goal from the 2. 2:47 to go, clock continuing to run, 14 seconds on the play clock. Now they've got the play looking. He's got Baker on the near side and Augustine on the far side, and he's going to hand the ball off. Taking it up the middle is Jones, unable to do anything. He's met at the line of scrimmage and falls backwards. So it's going to be a fall. It's going to be 3rd down. Correction, that was Wanza on the carry.
And Oak Ridge secondary did exactly what I said that they should do, and that was come up and support the defensive line to just make a impenetrable wall right there, right at the goal line to keep him from being able to get in, and it paid off on that play.
So let me ask you this, Brent. Is this 4-down territory, or do you kick the field goal with 2 minutes to go if you don't get this?
Yes, if that's the case, force it to be a two possession game.
So in the gun is Walker, waiting the snap. Here it comes. He's going to hand the ball off to Wanza. He's going to try to find the right side of the field, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield, and it's going to be 4th down and 1 from the goal. Or 4th and goal from the 1. There we go. So now Oak Ridge calling a timeout with 1:43 to go. And now Coach Ford has a decision to make. You either go for it or you kick the field goal. And if you don't kick the field goal here, you are taking a huge risk. Because if you get brought down in the backfield with 1:43, Oak Ridge has shown that they can run the ball down your throats in the second half.
That's why you want to make it a 2-possession game. If you do go for it, you better have the trick play that your team has been working on all season in practice that you feel so confident will work. Because you really, as you've been pointing out, this is it for them. They've got 1:43 left for their entire season.
Well, it looks like they are bringing out the field goal unit, so cooler heads prevailing. Summer Creek going to attempt a field goal, and it's going to be a short one. It's going to be about a 20-yard field goal, maybe 15, actually. So here we go. And it's going to be it's a bad angle. It's on the right hash, so not a guarantee here. As here comes the kick. Snap, down, hold is good, and the kick is up and through the upright.
No good.
No good. No,
good.
It's off to the right. It's off to the right, and it's going to be Oak Ridge ball with 1:39 to go here in the 4th quarter. And now things are getting interesting. Now, if you're Oak Ridge, you just got to avoid a safety and start running the ball like you have all night. Brent.
Wow. Can you believe, with 1:39, this could very easily turn out to be an overtime game.
And it was 21-0 in the first quarter.
Yes. And then 28-7 later on. So you just got to hand it just for the intestinal fortitude to the Oak Ridge War Eagles. They even when they were down by 3 touchdowns, never say die, and it's paid off for them.
Oak Ridge with the ball. Here comes the snap. Now they're going to blow it dead. And it's going to be Summer Creek calling a timeout. So with that timeout, we're going to take our final timeout of the night. Your score here from Turner, 35-28. Bulldogs leading the Oak Ridge War Eagles, but War Eagles have the ball. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. You're listening to TexanLive.com.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's nimble and fluid. But sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
Ball on the 20-yard line. Oak Ridge has the ball after the touchback on the missed field goal. 1st and 10. Letney in the gun. He's got his running back behind him, and I can guarantee you I know what they're going to go with. Here comes the run off tackle, finding a big hole, looking for somewhere to run, and he's got 5 yards on the play. They're going to run the hurry up, 2nd down and 5 here for Oak Ridge.
Yeah, Benjamin McCann right there for the tackle, forcing 2nd down.
Oak Ridge in the gun again. Here comes the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Same play, looking right. Lots of room to run. Down to the 40-yard line. 45, getting brought down at the 47 to the 49-yard line. And that's number 22, Josh Williams, the big running back. Oak Ridge in the hurry-up. Clock, 1:16 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Jordan Williams on the tackle.
So here comes the snap, handing off again, looking for the same play. Lots of room to run again. Breaks another tackle down to the 45-yard line inside Summer Creek territory. 1st down, here they go. They have a lot of momentum. They have run this play all second half, and now's the time for them to shine as they're starting to really threaten Oak Ridge is starting to really threaten Summer Creek here, 1st and 10.
And they just don't know what side it's going to be coming.
Here comes the snap. On the ground again, in the backfield this time. They were ready for it. Meeting him at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Actually gains maybe a yard, so it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Clock continuing to run. Under a minute to play, 52 seconds to go. Snap, here comes the ball, hands off, looks for room to run, finds a hole, looking to the sideline. He's brought down at the 27-yard line. Clock continuing to run. 37 seconds to go. War Eagles out of timeouts, 3rd down. Got to get a 1st down on this play. Looks like they're going to spike it. Spikes it with 27 seconds is Letney. And I think that's their first actual pass in about 4 drives.
Yeah, it pretty much would be.
So now it will be 4th down, 27-yard line is where 28-yard line, 26 seconds to go. Down by 7, Oak Ridge's season comes down to this play, 4th down. Brent, I don't even know what they're talking about. They run the play that they've ran all night. There's no reason not to. They're gaining 6 yards to carry on it. They need 4. So they're in the same formation. Here it is. And now a timeout called by Summer Creek. So Summer Creek burning their final timeout. 35-28 the score. Brent,
what can you say?
There's not a whole lot to say right now.
Do you know the whole game, both teams' season is on this play when we come out of this timeout.
Absolutely, and this is one of the more exciting finishes I've seen this season.
Oh, it has been. Another exciting game going on with Manville Pearland. 6 minutes left in the game. Tied up 24-24.
And make sure to log on to Texan Live each and every week to vote for your Cavender's Player of the Week. Tune in Friday night to the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive to see who Courtney Madden showcases as that Cavender's Player of the Week on Fox Sports Southwest. So maybe the Player of the Week is going to come from that game.
It very easily could. Also, in 16-6A, right now, also tied up with 2:50 left in the game, College Park and Conroe, 13-13.
That's another one there's no tomorrow for either one of those two teams. And Conroe's trying to get their first district win of the year. So 4th down, here comes the War Eagles from Oak Ridge. Crowd getting a little bit louder now. They have not started the play clock yet. Here we go. 4th down. Here comes the snap. In motion. Goes the fullback. Here comes the snap. Smith gets the ball. He's got the 1st down. Down to the 20. To the 15. Spins a man. And he's down at the 15-yard line. 21 seconds to go. Clock stop. They're going to get lined up. I would expect them to spike the ball here. And it is a spike as 19 seconds is now on the clock. So inside the red zone. Very, very close to the end zone. And their shifty running back has been Smith, and Williams has been doing pretty well on that side of the ball. but they're bringing Williams back into the game. So it's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 15-yard line.
And you can see on both sides, we can look from the press box, both sides of the field, people are up on their feet on both sides.
Oh, we're on our feet here. So.
Yep, we are on our feet. This is very exciting. This is what it's all about.
1st and 10, ball on the 15-yard line. Letney standing in the gun. He's got Williams in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the near side. He hands the ball off. He's looking for some room to run. He runs over a couple of guys. He's got to get back to the line. He's down after a gain of 4. You've got to spike the ball here. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Got to spike it. 6, 4 seconds on the clock. So this is 4 seconds to go in the game. You have to, this is it. You have to score on this play, Brent.
We will either see a touchdown and then an attempted PTA, or the game will be over.
So let's see what Coach Rush dials up with 4 seconds to go. Conventional theory says you throw the ball, but with how you've been running it, they're going from the gun. So 2 wide receivers to the near side to the far, dropping back to pass Letney, tossing it towards the end zone. He's going for it all, and it's incomplete. No good. Summer Creek with the victory with their backs against the wall, and they take the win 35-28. No flags on the play. Bulldogs win it at home. They move to 4-6 on the season. Oak Ridge falls to 4-6 as well. And this was one of the more exciting finishes of the year.
And we sure did not think it was going to be at halftime. It looked like, because of the way that Summer Creek was dictating this whole game during the first half, that it was just going to come out and just be their game, and that was all there is to it. Oak Ridge, their players, never say die, even on the last play of the game, because they had the potential to tie it up, send it into overtime. JW, it's one of these games that it's a shame that somebody had to lose because of the effort that was put forth in a game that had no playoff ramifications.
Oh, yeah.
This was played for the love of the game, for pride, and now as those boys congratulate each other down there on the field, they know that's it.
And the thing is Oak Ridge, with the way it went in the first half, if you had played like that in the second half, you're walking out of here with your heads hanging. But, it's disappointing to lose a game like this. But when you wake up tomorrow, you kind of let it kind of sink in a little bit. You actually feel pretty good about how this game went. You lost, but this is one that you're going to remember. It's like, yeah, we lost, but, man, was it a game.
Twice you came back from a 21-point deficit. That's hard to do in any game by any team. And there are a lot of positives that you can hang your head just high rather than just let it droop low. Both sides have a lot to be proud of and can basically take this game home.
Yeah.
And just say the season didn't go for the way that we wanted to, but we went out as winners. Even Oak Ridge can say they played like winners today.
So Summer Creek ends their season 4-6, 2-4 in 16-6A. Oak Ridge ends their season also at 4-6, but 1-5 in 16-6A, and that'll push Summer Creek into 5th place and Oak Ridge into 6th place, finishing the year for those two teams. Now, next week, don't forget, we got the playoffs coming up for Texan Live. There's going to be a lot of coverage. It's going to be an exciting time of the year. We're going to take it pretty deep into the playoffs for coverage, so tune in for that. But that's all for us here from Turner Stadium tonight. Your final score, 35-28. Summer Creek defeats Oak Ridge in a very thrilling finish. I'm J.W. Smith for Brent Hallmark and James Blunt, who presses the buttons and turns the knobs, making us sound great, saying good night. Have a great rest of the weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week for the playoffs.
Hey, it's Bert.
And Jamie. During our summer clearance event, we need to move our 2015s.
And you can count on a big selection.
A team dedicated to treating you better and low prices.
Like new Sierra Cruise discounted $12,400. That's right, folks. That's over 31%. And we have hundreds to choose from. Or a new Acadia for $299 a month.
Thanks for making us one of the fastest growing dealerships in the nation.
Texan Buick GMC, located Highway 59 in Will Clayton, or shop 24/7. TexanDrive.com. We treat you better.